Hi, we're live, Luxees. Today we have a very special guest. So I want to start off with welcoming you, Maddie, at MADDIESHOPS. Her channel is linked down below in the comment section. If you guys don't already know her, she's an OG on YouTube. She's been making videos for a long, long time. I think you had a little break too, right?
I had a long break, but yeah,
You had a
I
long
had a
break.
break. Yeah.
We can talk about that
Yeah.
after. But welcome to the Luxury Live Show. So I'm Amy, your host, and I also have my co-host Kat L. We do this every Friday, and we alternate between our channels. And today we have a very special guest. We're going to talk about everything, especially Chanel, because Maddie is known for her Chanel hauls and all her very unique purchases. So Maddie, let me ask you the
Yeah.
first question. We'll do a little bit of an interview style, but we'll also take
Perfect.
in questions from the live audience. Why don't you start by telling us a little bit more about yourself, especially if someone was
Yeah.
to hear about you the first time.
Yeah. So like as you said, I have been making videos on YouTube for a long time. I went back and looked. My first one was in 2015.
Wow.
But I did take a hiatus from making videos for a while just because of work. I work in tech, actually, like you. Yeah.
Really? I was wondering what your profession was.
Yeah, well, like, I don't talk about work on my channel, like, as a
Same.
matter of principle, actually. Like, this was meant to be an escape from work. It was meant to be totally
Mm.
separate. And so, you know, my work has nothing to do with fashion or style or luxury brands or anything like that. And so this was really my escape to kind of find the community, other people who want to talk to me about this stuff, because really, yeah, I do not have that in my workplace, but I'm a California girl, California native, born and raised. And yeah, right now I'm like very strongly in my Chanel era. Like the last 3 years, I think I've gone fully to the dark side. I'm like all in on Chanel. I made it actually a New Year's resolution about being all in on Chanel. Um, and it's a lot of fun. I've recently gotten into the ready to wear more, which kind of like re-inspired me. I remember when I first joined, my first YouTube video is actually about the GST, the Chanel GST that like we all probably had or looked at the time. But then I was really into Louis Vuitton for a long time. But now I think like my main luxury love is like the Chanel ready to wear. I think that's where I am today, very heavily.
We love it. We love your unboxings because it's a variety. Because usually we see bags only, right, with Chanel. Usually bags, and then the next maybe accessories, then some SLGs. But ready to wear is not. I mean, at least for me, I don't watch as much ready to wear, and I don't think there's a lot of unboxings for ready to wear.
Mhm.
So yeah, thanks for sharing it because I saw like this cardigan that you just got. Is it the one with the CCs that sound like
Oh, the
connected?
white one? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that one's gorgeous.
so
Cute.
good.
Yeah, that one also comes in black and pink. But so I was like, why did I get white? But that's a really good.
It's funny because now that you mentioned ready to wear, because was it your handle picture either on your YouTube or on your Instagram? I can't remember which one, but you were wearing the sweater with a lot of the hand embroidery. I think that it has pearls and like sequins as well. And I
Yeah.
know that sweater. You know
Yeah.
why? Because I literally just tried it in Hawaii. In Hawaii, the essay that was helping me, she was so kind. She kind of just took a look at me. She's like, "Oh, you like black," and she
Oh,
just goes
yeah.
and grabs a bunch of different ready to wear from the back and like laid it all out in a room for me. And I was just like, oh, this is heaven. Like I've never been treated as a like a VIP in Canada. So in Hawaii, it was a totally different experience. And plus I guess I was a visitor, so they they treat everyone the same and they have to like just I guess assume everyone is a customer, which I was. I loved I love Chanel, right? So, but that same sweater, I tried it on because she made me try it. It was from an older season, but I knew exactly which one that was. It's such a
Yeah, it's
gorgeous
actually
one.
it's my icon for YouTube. I like have it.
Right. So that one,
Here,
yeah,
if I
yeah.
post I don't know if I post in the chat, if it will show up. It's
So you
like
must
this
really
sweater.
like the new collections, because I think ever since Virginie took over, right?
Yeah.
And so it's mixed, right? It's mixed. Some people say they don't like it. It's not inspirational. It's not as, imaginative. But if you are going into it, you're like all in. Is there something about the new collections, her new design that you're really intrigued by that is attracting you?
To me, it's like very wearable, right? Like all of her designs I almost feel like Carl was Carl, and Carl did his thing, and Carl did his thing at Chloe, and Carl did his thing at every brand he went to. But Virginie is like more true to the DNA of the Chanel brand, which like started with Coco Chanel making clothing that actually suited women, making bags that like actually suited oh, I don't need to carry my little bag like this. I'm going to put a strap on it, carry it on the shoulder. And so I feel like her designs, they're really wearable, and they're very true to the ethos of the brand. I feel like for, what was it, 23A, the show that they did in the Dakar Métier d'Art show, was when she really came into her own, like kind of building her own sense of style. And it is like a little bit more, plays a little bit more androgynous, but it stays like very wearable. People say, oh, I miss Carl, and they are mostly talking about like 1995 Barbie runway show. Like they're not like, if you actually go back and look across the 30 years that he was making clothing, I don't think you would say all of it was good and timeless or superior. Whereas I think with Virginie, in every collection, there's like something
for everyone.
And like there are certainly cropped things and mini skirts and things that I wouldn't wear in every show, but there's also something that's like very much made for women to wear, for like real women who like go to lunch or go to dinner or have lives to wear. And then I also just think in terms of, the brand, like the brand quality, I see it more, like I see more of that care and quality and thoughtfulness in the ready to wear. Whereas, you hear a lot about like quality issues with Chanel. It's mostly like the mass produced SLGs and bags, I don't see it as much in like the tweed jackets. I think they're still impeccable. Nobody's like, my tweed jacket isn't up to par anymore. I think they're still made the same way. They're awesome.
Yeah, to mention that about the quality issue, I have to say, it's either that I haven't been watching enough unboxings on Chanel, or it's just that I haven't. But now that you say that, I haven't heard anybody complain about Chanel quality issues at the moment.
There was the 22
the
bag.
latest one, babe.
Was there any? Oh, well, okay, that's
the 22.
But that's 22. That's 2 years ago. I mean, we think about it, right?
The heart bag. People were complaining about the heart bag. You'll always get it with anything. Someone will be like, "Oh, my flap is crooked" or something, And it's hard to say how much of that is like workmanship versus handling after manufacturing. Yeah, I guess you don't see it as much. I also wonder, with all of the price increases and craziness with bags, like if there are just also like fewer circulating out there.
Maybe. I just don't feel like I would imagine, because if you think about what's the latest bag, the latest is the Chanel Kelly bag, right? Quite a few people have unboxed it. But usually, in the past few years, when there's something that's really hot, there will always be a few videos like, oh my gosh, you know, something's wrong with it. But I don't think I've heard of any.
People complain, like it was, I don't think it was people that bought it. I think people that didn't buy it said it was wrinkled.
Right.
They
Okay.
were like,
Okay.
oh, the wrinkles and it's not going to hold up. I don't know of anyone
Who's
bought
bought it,
it
who's
who was like,
complained
now
about
it's
it.
wrinkling. Like it's a crumpled,
Oh.
it's like a calf skin, right? Like there are wrinkles on it. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's a little bit in the character of the leather. And I don't think it was like, if you look at the way that the leather's treated, I don't think it was meant to be like perfectly smooth, like a lambskin bag.
Yeah.
It is crinkled, but I think most of the people who saw that didn't buy it.
Plus, I
Interesting.
think for that particular bag, it is not as common yet as all the other ones we've seen so far. Because as far as I know, at least from my boutique standpoint, they only receive a very few numbers. And so far, even though it's the second time they've released it, it's only going to the very top VIP clients. So really, there's just a handful of them, right? Like I don't know for sure, but like I would imagine maybe there's 10. And so if you think of it that way, then it's not as mainstream yet. And so I would think that less people are unboxing it for that reason as well.
Yeah, it's definitely, there aren't as many as the 22, right? Because the 20,
Yeah.
I don't know if the 22 is ever as popular, but the 22 never sold out except for the mini
Black
with the pearl.
And the minis, yeah.
and the pearl, the pearl ones. That's true. Yeah.
Would you say that you got more in back, because you were saying how you got more into Chanel in recent years? Would you say that it's because of Virginie's direction, or is it just a coincidence?
That's a good question. I think the timing was coincidental, honestly. The timing was coincidental, but there's a lot about, each runway, I find something that I'm excited and inspired by enough to pay these crazy prices that we pay for, so I think the timing was probably coincidental, but the fact that I'm still here is probably not, right? And I think, I like the direction that she's taking a lot of the fashion, just in terms of like, both wearability, but also just like true to the ethos of the brand. Like it's everything she does is like very, like has a lot of historical references. It's like referential. She will do something fashion forward in some instances. Some are successful, some aren't. What I think like referencing the past kind of gives everything like this really timeless feeling,
I'm going to switch gear to a different question.
Yeah.
What do you think of all the luxury brands today?
I mean, kind of a loaded question. Like, I guess there's like two things, like overall, what do I think of the brand? And then what's my relationship to the brand? Like those are kind of two different questions. You know what I mean? Those are like two different answers. Because like if somebody is wearing like head to toe Celine, I'd be like, heck yeah, like you go girl. You know what I mean? I'd be like, I love that for you. But I think I have a pair of Celine sunglasses and that's it. I'm like, for one, with Hermes, Dior, and definitely with Celine, the sizing's very restricted. So the sizing of those brands only goes up, I think, to a 42, maybe a 44, maybe. Whereas I know with LV and Chanel, they will go up to, I think, a French 50. I think LV as well. So, it is limited. Like I have a couple sweaters from Hermes that work for me, but also there's also a lot of stuff where I was like, oh, I'd probably just never buy that. It's not, like I'm not your target customer. So
Hermes is also really small, like
really small. And
Really? Oh,
I
even
mean, like
I can't fit into some of this stuff.
Yeah,
They're like,
made out of silk. Yeah, it's really.
who gets in those? Kids?
Yeah, I mean, or like for a doll, like I don't know. I mean, my local Hermes is like very competitive, and so even trying to like buy bait, it's like, oh, I would love to buy something today. Like, do you know what I mean? Like anything. I don't know, a plate or a ring or a pair of shoes. Like they're literally like they're like, oh, we have air tags. Like
They're always out of stock. That's the
Every
main
day.
problem.
Yeah, Twillies and air tags.
And charms that people don't want.
Yeah, and a flip-flop charm. Also to match the doll clothes. Yeah. Yeah, and then like the other thing with Hermes that I struggle with is like I'm not a horse person. Like I don't have I don't know, not into horses. And they're like it's like an equestrian brand, right? And they're like
Yeah.
very into the horse thing. And so I'm like, I'll be like looking at something like, oh, that's so cool. And you flip it over and there's like a giant horse on the back, and you're like, okay, well, I don't know. I don't know about that.
They're
Yeah,
definitely
I mean,
not quite there yet in terms of like fashion. They
yeah.
definitely are true to their heritage for sure, but in terms of like just speaking plainly about their ready to wear, they're slowly stepping outside of their comfort zone, but only slowly. Because every collection you'll see like a couple of pieces that are like, oh, it's quite different from the usual. But other than that, it's pretty
It all
boring.
very
Always
much like
the
will
same.
have a horse thing on it. And you're like, I would wear a sweater that wasn't about horses, like I would. Yeah. Hermes, they have but like the sweaters and the jackets, beautiful, right? But there is that missing like fashion component. They are still like a leather house to me, not a fashion house. I think their bags are unparalleled, and I'm like gonna make myself crazy. So the other day I was in and, trying to buy something, and my essay showed me a 24 mini.
Okay.
Right.
And I was like, oh my goodness, this is like a really expensive bag. And now I can't stop thinking about it. And I'm like, this is so bad. It's like $9,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like it's expensive.
Yeah, it's up there. That I would say most of their bags these days have all increased to that level where it's like, do I buy it or do I not buy it?
Well, the Ruly is 7, which isn't as bad.
It's
to me.
10,000 here.
Yeah, so the
Wait,
24 was the mini was 9 something.
Right.
And the Ruly is 7. And Evelyn's and Picotins are like 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking in US dollars,
Yeah. I know. For us,
Just
it's
for
plus
for everyone
35%.
Yeah, I'm just when you say that, I'm just adding tax and adding like 30% to the conversion.
Yeah. Oh, well, so we have like 10% tax on top of that. Yeah.
But it's true about
Crazy.
I will agree with Chanel and LV. I do find them also appealing to even the males that because you would think LV for sure, they're pretty unisex, even their clothing and everything. But for Chanel, I was surprised to find out that there is a huge market, at least people that are actually interested in the aesthetic, even as males, to dress and buy pretty much the same ready to wear as that females would, like the jackets, for example.
Yeah, the boxy
bikinis.
jackets.
Yeah.
They do have men's shoes in some stores. Like there's some men's accessories, belts, shoes. It's pretty scarce, but there is a lot of demand for that. Yeah, that's totally true. I mean, Dior is stunning and beautiful. I don't know why I never really got into Dior. I had maybe one wallet on chain. it just feels like, I guess I run into this problem where like last year I bought some Prada items and it felt very specific, and I would be like going to wear like my Prada t-shirt, and then I was like, okay, great, what shoes am I going to wear? And I'm like, I don't want to wear a Prada t-shirt with Chanel shoes. So now I need to like buy Prada shoes, you know what I mean? Or like find some shoes that don't have, like, all my shoes pretty much are Hermes and Chanel, unless they're like my running shoes, you know? Like,
I'm gonna dig a little deeper on this because I am also one of those that aspire. Okay, I aspire to own Dior. I have like over the years bought little things here and there, like a little SLG. I think I bought some Dior old bags. But I never got hooked onto it.
yeah.
It's a very strange, like, it's so beautiful, it's so whimsical, and I guess for me, if I look at my lifestyle, I'm like, I'm not the target market because look at me. You guys look so girly. I'm in my sports stuff, no makeup, just a bit of sunblock. But this is me. Like, I'm kind of tomboyish, and like it's not my lifestyle. So I can sort of understand why, even though the girly part of me would say, "Oh my gosh, I would love a Lady Dior and all that," but we don't match. But then for you, to me, you strike me as somebody who loves the girliness, but you're also saying that you're not into Dior. So I'm like, so what is it? What is Dior?
Yeah, I never broke into it. It seemed like a big investment. The ready-to-wear it doesn't size up to what I think I would need.
What about the bags?
I guess like what always kept me from the Lady Dior, which is petty, but it's like something I hold from like the first bag I bought, is like the resale on Dior bags is terrible. And it's not like I'm selling bags like left and right.
Price,
you know what I mean?
half price out there. Cheap sale, 50 off.
Yeah, but like really, like the Dior bags, the resale is like abysmal. You could get better resale on like a Coach bag. You know what I mean? Like, no, but really, like, Coach maintains their value. Like, they do great, but like the Dior bags, they really don't. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It doesn't seem to me like they're significantly worse in any kind of way. In fact, they're beautiful.
That's a good point. I can't put my finger on Dior as well. It's odd. Like, it's so odd. I mean, in terms, like you said, in quality, they have so much designs. They have men's collection. They have everything. And when you look at it, it's actually phenomenal if you take a step away from the resale price. But I just can't buy it. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. What about you, Amy?
Well, I was just going to say the resale value has always been something that stopped me from making the jump to buy it. That's why I delayed it for so many years. And finally I got one. And so I told myself, I'm going to get one, and then I'm going to forget about resale value because that's just not even there. Yeah. So I'm just getting the bag because I just love the bag. But I had to, like, it was just one. Like, it was never ever again. And then, do I regret it? No, but at the same time, I think that's what everyone's struggling with. It's the resale value is a topic that's fair to discuss, right? Because at the end of the day, your taste and everything can change, or you might just need money and you want to resell things, even though that may not be the main goal for everyone. But I also want to add that I think between Chanel bags and Dior bags, if you're just strictly looking at bags, Chanel bags are really practical, actually. I find, for me anyway, all the Chanel bags that I own and have either owned and rehomed or still own, they were all very, very practical, no matter how much the size is. Even if it's a nano bag, the nano bag of Chanel is a lot more user-friendly than the nano bag at Hermes. And so if I compare just bags between Dior
so practical.
Chanel, exactly. See? Like, they're very dinky sometimes. Yeah. And we're just talking about nano bags at this point, but any size bags really. Dior bags just have that extra level of you need to like fuss around to reach in or to organize your items, which, you know, for me, one is enough. And I don't want to like, you know, I know there's a lot of Dior fans here too, people watching on the audience, but you know, it's not, you know, it's not something that maybe you realize until you own it or until you sort of like play with it, because I
What
think
you're
that
saying
one
is
that
true.
could be
Like even the book tote, even the book
Oh.
tote, as compared to the Neverfull,
Control the
or as
face,
compared to a Deauville, right?
Yeah.
Is so
Right.
impressible in comparison.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
beautiful. It's beautiful. When I see people, especially like the vacation photos with the book tote, and they have like the the matching Dior set with like the, I don't know, what's it called, with the print, the French print. And the visor.
the oblique.
Oblique. I'm
Oblique is
thinking
the
of
one.
like Toile. Toile.
Oh, the like embroidery,
Toile de Juillet.
What'd you say?
Toile de Juillet.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. I'm like, Toile. You know, like, and the visor, like it's such a cool look. Yeah, but I just like never, I think maybe I'm like, I don't know, too utilitarian. My roots, like with like I don't have a lot of LV anymore. I have my Neverfull. I have a few items, but LV is like always so practical and so user friendly, and like all of the SLG and you know, like all of that stuff. It's like so, and it lasts forever, and it's so good. Yeah, but Dior is like, I don't know. I just never got into it. And same with Celine. I think Celine, sometimes I feel like the Celine jackets, you know, they're a good alternative to the Chanel jackets. Because they also do like tweed, and they're less expensive. The ready to wear is less expensive. But I don't know. I'm not like, I see it and I'm like, oh, that's really nice. But it's not like I'm not inspired, like need to have, you know.
I just pulled a comment from Percy. Said I'd be more into Dior if Galliano was still their creative director. Then Miss Steph was saying that I'm the same way with Dior. I'm definitely a Chanel girl. Always have been. Loving this live, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you know, actually, the creative director makes a lot of difference. This is a bit sidetrack a little bit, but when Tom Ford was the creative director for Gucci, I had to tell you, I liked their stuff. They were like, it's sexy, it's mysterious. And then when, you know, the one that's a bit more whimsical took over, I just could not.
I liked it at first, and then it kept going. No.
Yeah, and then now they've changed director, the creative director again, and it's sort of. I'm looking at their stuff. I'm like, is it not so like crazy with headless models walking on the runway, things like that? So
there was some weird stuff with like ski masks.
They had some weird stuff, man. So I agree. The creative director makes a lot of difference. So maybe
they just did a series of their like Jackie bags, I think, for the runway. Those were really cute. That's I think a good path for them. Like
good switch up. Finally. Okay.
I'm gonna pull another question. Yeah. I'm gonna put another one of our questions. So Maddie, which luxury items that you could not live without? If you could name 3 bags, 3 jewelries, anything else you want. We want to know.
Well, the thing about luxury items is you can definitely live without all of them.
True.
That's
hypothetically, like if you.
But if I could only pick 3 of each or 3 total.
3 of each, right?
Yeah, 3 of each. I guess, you know, because I find that when people ask us, oh, like tell us
3
your
luxury
favorite
items.
bag. Like just one, I always find it harder. So I feel like 3 is easier.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you were like gonna come in here and take all my bags, you're like, you can keep one. I would keep my pink Kelly, actually,
Wow.
which is not a Chanel bag, but the pink Kelly is really good. You know,
Mm.
it's just really good. It's really special. I could wear it with anything. You know, for all the trouble that Hermes gives me, like it's self-inflicted because I want more. And like I said, I saw that 24 bag and I was like, this is a really stunning bag. Like, and if it had been just a little bit less, but even then I might still, it's possible I might still, I saw someone carrying one and that really did it for me, you know, like when you see it out in the wild. But I think bag, I would definitely keep my Hermes Kelly. And I'm looking because they're here. Oh my gosh, they're further than I thought. All the
Wow.
bags are right there.
Aren't you going to keep your Chanel Kelly? Like Chanel Kelly, not the Kelly Kelly.
The Chanel Kelly is a great bag. Is it top 3? I think I would put my 22 over the Chanel Kelly, like my medium 22. The 22, so I have the medium, I have a tweed one and a denim one, and they're very, very usable, very functional, you know. You can fit a lot in there. It's a full-size handbag. It's comfortable to carry. I think it looks really stylish. Yeah, that's another really good one. And then I have my Holy Grail bag that's like never leaving my collection. I have a mini caviar Chanel. And they don't make those anymore. So that one's
That's 3.
I guess that's 3.
Wow.
Not what I would expect, but I think that's it. And then I have, yeah, so the 22 is casual. My Hermes Kelly is a 25, so it's like a good size. It's not too small, not too big. And the mini for formal.
Yeah. Good picks.
Yeah.
Good pick.
So for fine jewelry, well, I've gotten really into VCA this year and last year. I'm really loving VCA. I have these like frivole rose gold studs. And these are the butterflies, but the frivole, just the visual impact that they have for the price, I think is really good. I mean, it's obviously like crazy expensive, right? It's VCA, but they like light up. They're very small. These are the mini ones and they light up. So I really like those. Cartier Love Bracelet. This is my stack today. Oh, I have my bait on, the Kelly.
I have to ask about that. Oh my gosh. How do you, yeah, that's the new one.
Yeah. This
Do
one
you like it?
also has like good visual impact for the price. And also compared to the price of the bangle, it's like half of the price of the bangle. Are you looking for yours, or are you someone knocking? Amy?
Oh, sorry. I had to mute myself because my door was still open and my husband is like taking his shower. So I had to yell at him to close the door.
Oh.
Sorry.
I was like,
That's why I was muting
It
myself.
happens.
I thought you were going to like grab a bracelet from off screen or something.
No, but your bracelet, the one that you were just showing, that one is on my wish list. So hopefully I'll get it this year. They don't ever have my size. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My essay is trying to make me buy that bracelet.
Yeah, it's a bait item.
Is that
for
the one
sure.
with or without diamonds? Is yours with diamonds?
It has diamonds, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No.
it's
My
so gorgeous.
essay is trying to make me the one without diamonds.
Oh,
Well,
Oh,
totally
the
would
diamond
want me to buy the one with diamonds, but I'm like, no.
But the diamond one makes a difference. Like
Wow,
in
yeah,
terms
it
of visual
does.
impact, like Maddie was saying, like it really, because I tried on one, but not in my size, and it literally like it made the stack. Like you didn't need anything else. Yeah.
Versus like, okay, so which Cartier bracelet has diamonds on it? You probably can't tell. You
Yeah.
know, like there's
Oh.
teeny tiny diamonds on this one.
Yeah.
If I could go back, like for the price of this, it's not really worth it. There's not a big visual impact versus this. This is like,
Yeah.
people are like, whoa. And then the price of this one versus the cuff, it's really good, right?
Mm.
And it also is really comfortable. So that's good.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then I think I really like this Cocoa Crush ring.
Mm.
Ah, yes,
It's
Cocoa
like I
Crush.
stack it with the JUC.
JUC.
Beautiful.
I love the Cocoa Crush line.
Yeah,
The
I
rings
want to
are
get
really
a
nice.
bigger one too, maybe in Paris. So yeah.
Yeah, when I was I chatted with Maddie a little bit when I was in Hawaii. I just came back for the audience who didn't know. I was telling Maddie that I tried on their they have a brand new line called the Twist
Mm.
Crush or Cocoa Twist. And wow, it's ingenious the way it opens and closes. It's seamless. You don't see it, but it's so secure and you can do it by yourself. So you can open and close it, remove it anytime you want if you need to. And I think this new twist line is going to be big. It's going to be, if not already sold out, I would think. It's beautiful.
Wow.
I think
It's
everyone should
so
check it out.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to give Cartier a run for their money.
No, yeah, totally. I agree.
Oh.
Yeah, especially now that, I have, right, collect all three. I have all three mini Cartier. So it's like, what am I going to go back for now?
Mm.
The next one with diamonds that you can't really see. Yeah.
Okay, let me pull this question. So next question. So what's one luxury item that got away? If there was anything.
Yeah, there was this one item. This was several years ago. It might have been like 2008. When you're like, I was almost making an impulse buy in Chanel and I didn't. But when you're like standing there, you're like, do I need it? I don't really need it. I don't need it. It was a card case, kind of like maybe it was a bag, maybe this size, maybe a little bigger. And it was like a camera style patent lavender Chanel bag. And I didn't buy it because my phone didn't fit in it, which at the time I felt like was really important.
Yeah.
Now I don't care. But I always think about it. And sometimes, I always think about it. Sometimes I search fashion file and I will have like just missed it or, like, I don't know, somehow didn't see it. But that is one. And, these seasonal bags, like once they're gone, they're gone,
Yeah.
You're going to get them back. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. It might have been actually 2014. It might have been the grocery store
Collection.
Yeah.
Oh.
So speaking of bags, since you said that your top three, starting by your pink Kelly, I'm just curious why the pink Kelly? Is it the craftsmanship? Because it's definitely not the brand, I don't think. Like in terms of your true love for, is it the aesthetic? Is it the craftsmanship? Or is
yeah, what is it? I mean, part of it, like, frankly, is the scarcity, like the prestige. Like, it does a lot. The people who know get really excited when I am like wearing it. And they're like, "Oh my God, it's perfect." And then part of I guess would be craftsmanship. The thing about it is it's Swift leather, and so it in certain lights it like almost glows. Like I feel like it, like I don't know, and so I would say that's craftsmanship because it's like the quality of the leather. It's like glowing, this like beautiful pink color. Like when the sun hits it, it just looks so pretty. And it's also very practical. You know, like you can fit, I'm like used to have tiny little bags that I'm like, okay, my card holder, my phone, my lip gloss, and that's it. But in that bag, you can fit like a bit, you put a good amount more. It's not a small bag. I mean, it is, but it's a full-size bag, you know,
Yeah.
small full-size bag. So it's practical in that way too. Yeah, but I know it is interesting because like I love like the full look of Chanel, like my favorite, like the Chanel jacket matching the bag. I think that is like so cool. And I will do that with like ripped jeans and like sneakers, you know. I love that look. But there will be more of that available to me in the future, I guess is part of the
Right.
idea. Where it's like to get like, and there are other pink colors, but you don't see a lot all in the same exact specifications, right? So it is like unique in that way too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always curious why everyone is into Hermes for
Yeah.
whatever their reasons are, right? It's always interesting to hear their take. So yeah, I think I agree with what you said. It's hard to explain almost,
Yeah.
but when you get into the nitty-gritty, like the ease of use and the true quality of the leathers is really what's super incredible. And then for me, it's the craftsmanship too. Like you just look at their bags versus a Chanel bag, there's just some differences there. Like I can't really, like the way I feel about say my Kelly 25, my black one. That's like literally the most perfect bag I have in my collection. That represents me quite well. I can't really find an equivalent of that in Chanel in a way. Like I can't find
Yeah.
all the qualities of that in a Chanel bag that
Well,
would
like with
really be.
Hermes bags, I feel like Hermes bags are either 100% or like 99% leather, whereas like any Chanel bag, because like with the quilting and all that,
Right.
there's like other components in there.
Right.
So
The
they're
interior,
like,
the inside paddings and
yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
or like, yeah, the fabric. So like a Chanel bag is very well crafted and there'll be like lots of great, interesting details,
Hmm.
but it's not really like a leather, like leather masterpiece. It's
Right.
a could be architectural masterpiece or it could, you know, design masterpiece. Like I think, yeah, the Chanel bags are exercises in design and fashion, but they don't highlight the leather the same way an Hermes bag does. Like I'm thinking back to this stupid 24 bag.
What color was it in?
Like,
Maddie, you need it.
it was in
What color was
Baton.
it?
Yeah. It was literally like a little pillow, right?
Uh-huh.
But it's like, I can't describe it. I felt like it was just like a thick, really soft piece of leather. It didn't feel like there was any binding or backing or fill anywhere in it. You know, like obviously the hard locking part had something hard in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Could be hard leather. I don't know. I don't know. Not being articulate, but it felt like, you know, it was like, this is a giant plush pillow of leather where it's like you take a Chanel bag and you're like, you know, there's stuffing. There's some
Yeah, there's
stuffing in there.
cardboards and things like that inside. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something inside making it that way. And that's why like some of the Hermes bags, like the Picotin, I think is literally made from leather scraps.
Yeah.
Right. But it doesn't matter because it's like leather scraps of like the finest leather in the whole world. You know, you're like, yeah, just sew it into a triangle. I'll carry that around. Like it feels so good.
Can you imagine you're talking about the twin, because I have tried the mini 24.
Yeah.
and it's a really nice looking bag. Like you said, it's
Yeah.
a pillow. It's interesting when you look at it. Wow, so much leather. But if you think that's amazing, wait till you look at a Constance.
Yeah.
When you look at a Constance, you can stare at it like every corner of the Constance has its even the interior of the Constance, you're like, how in the world did they sew it like this? It's absolutely smooth. So you're right. There's some craftsmanship. I mean, at first I was like, oh my gosh, Hermes, prestige. I think that will always be some part of why we love it. There is this scarcity. There's this like, you know, like a status, like, wow, I got it. Because especially if you're a bag lover, you're like, oh my gosh, wow. But then when you take that away, then you actually stare at the bag and you look at every single piece that constructs it. And you're like, wow, this is a good bag. Yeah. And I think one of the, I mean, the Birkin, the Kellys, all that are great. But there's Constances, like, even when I look at my Constant, I always look at the under part. I'm like, how in the world did they sew this? Because it's just perfect. It's really hard to do. So there are things, there's the craft. Yeah, you have to own it, you have to hold it, you have to play around with it. That's when you go like, whoa, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
But that's actually, so like my Chanel collection, reflecting, like looking at it, I'm doing a lot more tweeds and textiles because like that's what's exciting about Chanel, right? Like the fabric and the tweed and the weaving and, you know, like that is what they do. And like Hermes is like, they have like a canvas, I think, but it's like all leather, right?
Toil. I think it's like TOR, toil,
Oh,
toile or something.
That means canvas, basically.
It's like
yeah, but it's, you know, like that's like they have 25 different kinds of leathers and like one
canvas. One toil.
Yeah, so it's just like different. And like they really are like different animals, you know, and they really are just like different, totally different. Yeah, it is true what you're saying. Like I will sometimes just kind of like, and I have two Kellys. So I have my pink one, and then I have a tan one. It's like natural sable is the color. It's untreated. It's Cœur de Vache. Sorry, Amy, for my pronunciation.
Don't worry about it.
Straight up Californian accent. Yeah. But it's like, it's so stunning. And it's like very stiff and like completely molded and sometimes, yeah, same thing. I just like stare at the edge where it's like, they didn't put the varnish on it.
Yeah.
It's like raw, but perfectly smooth polish. So you can see the layers. And I'll just like stare at it and I'd be like, oh my God. And it also has a leather covered lock. And I'm like, that is the best part, you know, just staring at it. Yeah. It's a marvel.
Yeah, it's like the little details that you don't think about because, I mean, I do a little bit of sewing. So even sewing fabric alone is already hard enough when it's quite thick and there's multiple layers and you have to like turn it inside out. But sewing leather, right? Obviously they're artisans, they're trained, but still like it's such a craft. It really is. And the attention to detail will really it will show the mistakes quite easily if you really did mess up. So I think that is why I like when I look at an Hermes bag, I just marvel at it too. Like there's no equivalent. To me, there's no equivalent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll pull another question, Maddie. When and why did you get into luxury and start getting into luxury?
Well, I was always into luxury. I like, you know, I was the kid who was like, oh, I want, Mom, can we buy me a copy of Vogue so I can, you know, like I was just from a young age, like they gave me a Barbie doll and then that was like that was the beginning of the end, you know, and I was like sewing clothing for my dolls and stuff. And I was always into it, but I couldn't always afford it. You know, like we didn't have a lot of money growing up and I always, you know, wanted for the next thing, you know, I would be like, okay, great. I saved up and got my like limited to outfit for like back to school, but now I want to shop at Abercrombie or, you know, whatever it was. but I remember like even in high school, Louis Vuitton like opened their first website. I forget what it was called. They had like they sold Louis Vuitton on like some website. It was called like E-Luxury. That's what it was.
Oh, really? I had
Oh,
no
Yeah,
idea.
E-Luxury, yeah, had like Louis Vuitton on it, and I was like looking at the Murakami designs, and I was just like, I loved them so much, but it was like an untenable amount of money. I think it was probably like $700, you know, and now I'm like, you should have done it, you know. But yeah, I've always, you know, even as a kid, like my mom was like, why do you have so many sunglasses? And I was like, sunglasses like make the outfit. And I would go to like Marshall's and get like the discount Gucci sunglasses. And I was like, I got a really good deal on these. Yeah, but I was always into it. And so I remember the first exit that one of my companies had, I was like, I'm going to buy a Louis Vuitton bag with this. And that's when it started. So I bought a Louis Vuitton bag, and I bought the the Neverfull in Damier Bean. I bought the Key Clay, the little zipper one. And instead of a pochette accessoire, I bought an Eva clutch, and I was using the Eva clutch as a pouch in my bag until somebody was like, that's a purse. Like quit using it as like a cosmetic pouch. But I just thought it looked cooler than the pochette accessoire. And so then as the process of like researching, I was like trying to decide between the Neverfull, and there was a bag at the time called a Mary Le Bon, which was also a tote bag that they ended up retiring. But that's when I learned about, you know, luxury YouTube, and I started watching videos and all of the, you know, BJ Taylor 02 and
oh my gosh, BJ
MS
Taylor.
Sanders 10 and Natasha.
Oh, yeah.
Samantha.
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah. And like all of the people, like, oh yeah, there's so many. A lot of them are gone now. There's like a Becky XX something.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. And everyone had crazy names back then. It was normal.
Wow. Becky X. It's all coming back.
Yeah, I was like, why was she BJ Taylor 02? Like BJ Taylor was taken? Like I don't know. It's funny. Yeah. Oh yeah, someone in the comments with Trina.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, brings back the old days.
The old days. Yeah. Have Louis Will Travel. She's still
making
videos.
Yeah.
She still does videos.
And there was like
once in a while.
Just a Hawaii girl or something.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I forget her name right now, but yeah, I remember. There were so many of them. Yeah, I remember back then. You know her?
Does she do
her
candles now? Did she sell candles for a bit? Was it that?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know about that, but I know she's from Hawaii.
What you're talking about. Oh my god, it's so annoying when I cannot remember.
I like go back. X-Ray Gigi.
Oh yeah, she's still. I still see her on my comment section on Instagram.
Yeah, she's still around.
Yeah.
I like whenever I go on Instagram and I'm like, who am I following? And I do like the reverse, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember you way back when. Yeah.
I know for some reason, even though I'm in IT, right? Like I never consumed YouTube back then. I was too busy, by the way. And I just never really thought of consuming YouTube until I needed to know something. So in the past, I would consume YouTube for like makeup videos because I was terrible at makeup, and I would watch like someone who looked like me do their makeup because like otherwise it's kind of useless. It doesn't work on my eye shape. And so that's how I discovered that there is this world of people, like all the people that you just mentioned, that showed unboxings of their amazing luxury purchases. And I'm just like, wow, I didn't know that could be like that could be a YouTube video. Because I
Yeah.
always thought that it had to be like a tutorial, it had to be educational, but it's not. It's just sharing,
Yeah,
right?
you don't need a skill.
Yeah. But yeah, it brings back the days for sure. Joe has a question for you.
Let's pull a question
Yeah.
from the audience.
Yeah. Does
She's
natural stable
asking,
patina well? Okay,
yeah.
so natural it's confusing. Natural stable is a color. And it's a color that will happen in many leathers. When it's like Clemence natural sable, it's kind of yellow. But mine is natural sable Cur de Vache, which is untreated. So it's like a color. I could just go get it. Hold on. Let me.
Is it like Vaqueta? Like, is it that? Vaqueta? Is it like that?
Yeah.
Natural sable. Sounds like Vaqueta.
No, but that's the color name, I think. Natural, because Sab means
Natural
sand.
sable is the color name.
Yeah.
Cur de Vache is the leather.
Is it Courcheval? Is it Courcheval? You mean that?
Cur, C-U-I-R. It's like skin of the cow.
Oh, let me see if it's the same one. Anyway,
is it Clemence? Is it the old Clemence?
No.
Sorry, let me just make you bigger. That way you can really see it. There you go.
There we go. So it's like untreated and it will patina. But they used to use this leather to literally make saddles. So it's like it's hard and stiff. But here, let me take the twilly off so you can see the detail I was showing you about. So the question was, will it patina? Was that the question? The answer is yes, it will patina. And it smells so good. So you can
the question is, does it patina well? And how does it compare to other heritage leathers like Barania?
It is kind of like Barania. Similar, right? So you need to be more careful with it, especially with water, especially before it grows a patina. But you can see like here.
Is it this one, Maddie?
It's a little lighter.
No.
It's
not this one? Okay.
It's C-U-I-R space D-E.
Okay.
And then V-A-C-H-E.
Oh, cuir de vache?
Yeah.
Oh, literally, it just means like leather of the cow. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just trying to find like which exact name. Yeah. So literally, those are just words, literally translating to leather of the cow.
Yeah. So it's natural grain. These are all things that it is. Franziska. Yes, it's natural grain. But they say the color is not like natural sable, but it will patina. So it's different than when you get like Clemence natural sable.
Have you noticed any darkening yet? How long have you had it for?
I have had it since August.
Okay.
I had gotten like a mark on the top. Maybe you can see it there.
Oh yeah, a little shadow there. I think.
It's a little dot here.
Yeah.
But no, I tanned it a little bit, like just put it in the sun to try and use it and then just avoid the rain and obviously keep the twilly on the handle.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. But it's like it's stunning. And you can see here how there's like no edge. What's it called? The paint.
Yeah.
And so it's just like the leather and it's perfectly polished.
Wow.
All the layers. And it's like so stiff. And then the interior, the interior is the same color, but it's chev. So you can see this is like, if you got a bag this color in a different leather, it'd be more yellow like that.
Yeah. Wow.
But it's just stunning. And I like that it's like a gold bag, but different, like more special.
Yeah, for sure. And it's still contrast stitching even
Yeah.
on this color. Yeah. Wow, gorgeous.
Yeah.
It almost has like a Togo look to it, doesn't
Kind
it?
of. Yeah. But it's like so, like it's like a drum.
Mm,
So stiff.
yeah.
So it's just a totally different bag than my Swift one.
Yeah. They only do the special lock wrapping on special leathers too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
a heritage leather.
Right.
Basically, it's a saddle, but a bag.
Oh, so nice.
Literally, I think like the leather, the leather will discolor easily, but you can tell it's very hard wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, let me pull another, since you're, okay, so stay in frame. Let me pull this comment from Chris so you can show us if there are any. So Maddie, do you have any duplicates in your collection?
Kind of, yeah. True duplicates. I mean, okay, I have the full-size Kelly and the mini Kelly, Chanel Kellys.
Mm.
We have lots of Kellys. So is that, I don't know if that's a duplicate.
Kinda mini,
And
like
I
a
have
different
two
size.
Hermes Kellys. I have a Kelly 28 and then a smaller one.
Mm. But there's still different sizes, I guess, in this
They're
case.
different sizes.
Yeah.
I have, but like different sizes. I have this pink heart bag and I have a mini black heart bag.
Aww.
And then I guess this is a tweed, but it has a camellia flower for the lock. And then I have another tweed mini. It's blocked by the question. I have another, and now my name. But I have another tweed mini there. I guess I have 3 minis because I have this pink tweed one, which is a classic, this black tweed one, which is a seasonal, and then I have the black caviar one, which isn't here.
Mm.
So kind of, not really.
Not exact duplicates.
Yeah, not exact like same size but different color, basically.
Yeah, well, I guess where I do have duplicates is walks. I have like four wallet on chains. And those, like anytime I see a pretty color, I'm like, ooh. And I have duplicates of card holders, like the flat card holder. But I cut myself off. I had 5 and I was like, this is enough to last a lifetime. Like no more.
Agree.
No more card holder. Oh, and I have 2 medium 22s, but they're totally different.
Yeah.
On the different
Fabric
material, right? One's denim.
One's denim and one's tweed. So it's like spring, summer, fall, winter.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's not so bad because, like, there are some people, and it's no judgment really, but there are some people who would literally just collect classic flaps in the same size, different colors. And like you open their closet and that's all you see, which is amazing. But it's yours is still pretty varied because you have different sizes, different materials.
Yeah, it's pretty
Awesome.
It runs, like the silver star, that's seasonal. These 2 are seasonal. That's like a caviar one. That's a tweed seasonal. This little round one, seasonal.
Sorry. So next question we have for you: if would you start over? Would you do anything different?
Do I go back in time?
Sure.
If I went back in time, I would buy as many classic flaps as I could. I would start my Hermes journey earlier. I would just be on an Hermes journey buying classic flaps, like tweaking, building the 401k, Yeah.
So why classic flaps? Is it because they retain their value the best?
It's because I don't think I would buy them now. Which is like, it's so ridiculous because it's like, oh, 2 of those bags on the shelf, Maddie, and you could have a classic flap if you really wanted.
Yeah.
But I just can't get excited about them for that price point. But at $4,000, I'm excited about a classic flap. I think that, you know, 5, but not at like 11.
Yeah.
What is it now? I'm curious. Let me take a look. What
It
is
depends
it?
on the
more now.
size.
It's like
I think a maxi is like
almost
12.
15. Well, in Canadian, it's like
Yeah, yeah.
15,000, which is a lot. Like that's
It's a
basically
lot.
however much the Kellys are, that's how much they are. So,
Yeah. And I don't think they're like, they make me as
Yeah.
happy. This
Yeah.
is like really special. Especially this one, like with the unique leather. Nobody's gonna have this bag, you know.
True.
Or if they
It's
do,
rare.
I'd be really excited because I'd be like, you know, yeah.
So I know you reserved some special unboxings for us.
Oh
Yay, we're so looking forward to yay. And also tell us which
Yay.
bag you're carrying today. So
okay, well, spoiled. My bag of the day is the one that I unboxed today on Instagram.
Oh,
This is like
Yeah, I
SLG.
So cute.
I love the color.
It's a really good color.
Oh my
And you know,
God.
you can like switch the straps around. I need to take the stickers off the straps, but this is
It reminds me of the LV.
Palm Springs Mini.
Yes.
Yeah, but oh my gosh, this is so much cuter though.
And it has a little charm.
Oh
Cute.
gosh. Oh my
And then
goodness.
the front, like you could put cards. Probably that's what we could put.
It's
Like
so cute.
And there's like a card holder in the back. Fits the phone. This is like a giant phone.
Wow.
iPad phone.
Oh, it's so cute. Oh, it's
So
gorgeous.
cute. And so you can like take these, unhook them, and make it like crossbody too, like for travel. So I think this will be coming to Europe with me. Cute. But you see, this is like these
So
are 2 different
cute.
animals, right? Like
Yeah, so
Hermes
different.
could never.
Yeah.
Hermes could never.
Never.
Yeah.
Not with a
But
horse.
it just like sparks joy in a different way.
Yeah.
I would not like stare at it and be like, oh, this leather. Like I'd be like, oh my gosh, the color, and oh my gosh, the little handle and the little charm, you know?
Yeah.
It's just
It's a different type of quality, I guess. You know, like Chanel just has that excitement when you wear their items and their clothes. It's just, I don't know. I like, this is my favorite top of all times. I try to wear even in the winter, which is too thin because it's very thin silk.
light.
But literally, it's like, I mean, all the embroidered little pearls and like sequins on it. It's like unmatched.
Yeah.
There's no other fashion house that does
And
it
like
better.
this with the little pink on my sweater.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
come on, you guys. So good. Nobody does it like Chanel. Okay.
Yeah. Ooh.
This is my unboxing. All right. I want people to guess what it is. Although, Amy, I think I already showed you.
Audience, please guess what it is. I already know what it is, so I can't guess.
Okay, I'm
got
guessing
too excited.
it. Don't open it. Don't open it. It's a bag,
What is
definitely,
it,
right?
Kat? Can you guess?
It's a bag, right?
Am I supposed to tell you?
Sorry. Okay, it's not an SLG because you said you put a stop on SLG. So
Good
is
point.
it another Kelly Chanel Kelly?
All right, we're gonna do it.
Okay, I'm guessing a Chanel Kelly because this is a small size. Okay, so not another nano.
Chanel packaging is quite exciting still. That's also one part
it's good.
of the brand that I also really enjoy. It's their beautiful black and white packaging, which is so classic.
It's
Wow,
delightful.
so cute. Oh my gosh, the chameleon. I cannot. Oh my gosh. It matches your top.
Wow.
It's so cute. Oh, and it matches your bag too. Oh my goodness. The bag you were just showing.
Oh yeah, it's a whole look.
Oh my gosh, such French look. You need to go to Europe like this.
Oh, I'm bringing it to Europe.
Yeah, you need to.
Beautiful.
Oh
So
gosh, it's
cute.
so pretty.
So that's what it was. Okay, this is like
Carry your bag. Put it next to you.
Oh.
Hold your bag.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This is
This
like, as
bag.
soon as my essay texted me, she's like, I saw this and I thought of you. And I was like, oh my God, it's perfect.
Yeah,
This is from 24P, the
that's
Hit
it.
commercial collection. And it was pricey because these they make them all by hand, the
Right.
flowers.
Hmm.
So it was expensive. It was $11.50.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, because I know the brooch
But it's
itself is
leather,
also very
right?
expensive.
It's
Yeah.
all leather.
What?
It's leather.
No, it's fabric.
Oh, it's fabric. How do they make it so puffy?
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah, because I know they sell the brooch versions too, and the brooches are really expensive. The camellia
Yeah.
brooches. I
It's
was
'cause-
always in awe
yeah.
of how much they are. But I
Because
think
they're
it works
handmade.
even better on a headband. Like I would rather wear it on my head than on my jacket.
Mm.
Well, the problem, like, with crossbody or like even shoulder straps,
Exactly.
like brooch here, and then you like
Yeah.
put the chain over it, and
Yeah.
it's like, it's hard.
That's why I stopped wearing brooches. I just find that it gets in the way of my bags. Even if it's just shoulder, I still find that it
It catches.
catches
Yeah,
it.
no, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, congrats. It's so beautiful.
Congrats. It's very you and so cute.
Something fun. Something fun.
I think that's what I love about Chanel is that if you want a look from head to toe, you can literally get that. Like every season they'll do their collections, they'll offer it in like if you really wanted to, you can get literally accessories, shoes, and the bag and the ready to wear all matching, which
Yeah.
I honestly think Chanel is the only brand that does it that well.
And it's like, it's head to toe fashion.
Yeah.
Whereas like you could go head to toe Hermes, but it's like how many horses? Yeah, I just like and there's not a lot of Hermes head to toe looks that are like inspiring. Like I like Hermes shoes a lot.
Mm.
I think the coats and the sweaters are beautiful. But there's not a lot of fashion there,
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, we were just talking about YouTube and the OGs.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about how you feel, and I'll change us back to this.
Okay, perfect.
So how do you feel YouTube has changed over the years for you, especially?
Yeah, I mean, so you and I kind of started talking about this. So Amy and I got on a practice call and we could not shut up. Like it was like the first time we've ever like spoken live, like on video, and it was just like a million miles a minute. And we like started talking about this, and it was I wish we had just recorded it. But like I was just talking about, when we both started our channels, and Kat, you've been doing YouTube a long time.
Yeah.
I think we're all around the same time, actually.
I started in 2013, 14.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You're earlier than me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was earlier than you. I know my first vlog was like I had one vlog
because my channel started then, but whether I posted, I can't remember.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but anyway, back then it was literally like, or what happened, like I bought the GST, I went home and I was like, I'm going to film a video about the GST, about my GST and post it. But that was even the most famous luxury YouTubers, my favorite channels were also literally just that, like BJ Taylor 02 was like, I just like Louis Vuitton and I'm going to buy one of each color and we're going to go through every detail of the bag together. And it was like just nerds that were obsessed with their bags, you know? And it was like literally like sitting on the floor in my bedroom being like, I bought a bag. And people came and they were like so excited that I had bought a bag. You know, they were like, tell us more. What fits in it? How did you decide? What are the pros and cons? And they wanted to hear like a million different things all about the same bag. And so you could literally just be a girl with a bag back then, you know, like you literally be like a girl with one bag and you can make 20 videos and everyone would like eat it up because we loved it. We loved it. I could watch it all day. But now it's almost like the impulse or the need to like be an influencer, you know, like do full-time social media influencing on top of like the niche luxury YouTube. It's like it's infiltrated the community, you know, and now it's not just a girl with a bag. It's like, oh, look at my house and let me take you on vacation. And like this, I have to link all of my makeup and, you know, like link everything I'm wearing and go to my LTK. And it's not just like, it's not just the bags anymore, you know, so it has changed a lot. A lot of it has become careers for some people. I mean, you know, Jerusha made it a whole, you know, career, like a whole source of income. Oh my gosh, what's her name? Shea Whitney.
Oh
is
my
now
goodness, yeah.
Totally different channel, you know, but she was a girl with a bag also. She started out just a girl with a bag and a passion, you know.
I feel like it's a multi faceted sort of evolution because definitely the way I feel like we all started was just sharing the joy, and literally there is no one else that I know in my immediate vicinity that had the same interest. It would be weird for me to be like talking about my bags in so many different levels, like the detail and the zipper and the pull and like the hardware. Like that would be so weird to share, except on YouTube there was this community of people that was curious about it and they would be excited for you and you would be excited to share as well. And so I think a lot of this joy was taken away once YouTube made it into like, oh, you must post often and this and that, do thumbnails and titles to be shown. And so people started being competitive. And of course there is an incentive to do well. Yes, of course. You like nobody wants to see their channel like be nothing, right? Someone like, as a human being, I think we all want to improve to a certain level. So it kind of had driven a lot of these more casual sharing and sometimes educational sharing to more of like competitive. You have to become, exactly like you said, an influencer. You have to like share your life, and people can start criticizing your choices in life as well, and so that becomes kind of like a double prong sort of like, yes, you're growing on YouTube, but at the same time now you get all these the stress and all the negative that comes with it,
Right.
And so a lot of people left. A lot of the OGs that we used to watch is no longer fun for them. And they left. And, you know, like we stuck around, but it's not been easy. And you just have to sort of like tell yourself to, you know, you just do you. And then at the same time, you can't be like, I guess, stuck in the times where you're literally just showing stuff. If you wanted your channel to grow, you kind of have to move with the flow of how things are now too. So you kind of have to do a little bit of everything. But yeah, there's a component of it that does take away the joy, and that a lot of people don't really understand. And when you get certain criticism, it's like they don't see the struggles that you have had to go through to maintain a channel even, and to share, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, it is like coming up. I am now doing videos as much as I can twice a week. Coming up with like something different twice a week, it takes effort, like I have to set aside time in my life to be like, all right, what would I want to hear about? What now? Because there's the other side where coming up with videos twice a week, you see some channels like degrading into just constant unboxings. And this coming from me, like, I know I have a lot of unboxings. Like, I know the channel's called MADDIESHOPS, not
Maddie talks.
like Maddie socks away money for a rainy day. You know what I mean? Like,
But that's your outlet for kind of like, doing something that is outside of your everyday life.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And so, but it's, you see some channels fall into the pattern where they're like, okay, it's just unboxings. And then everyone loves unboxings and watches them, but then they're like criticizes where it's like, you just unbox it and then throw it away, and it's like, well, that's the only video you want to see, because when I, put a lot of effort into something else, then people are like, who would watch a video of you rambling? You're like, I don't know. Okay.
me. I don't think I can. Like, even if I can't get it, or even if we don't have it in our store or whatever, I want to see it on other people. Like, I think you can get inspired. It doesn't mean that you have to buy the same thing, or even like it's not even a competition or anything. It's more like, oh, I didn't know that existed, or oh, I didn't know that they made this. And so
I love watching like Maria Dragunova, because she shops in Europe, and they always get like, first of all, they get everything early, and then they get just like different better stuff. And she's shopping at like Bond Street, and they have like amazing stock there. My local boutique is inside of a department store. It's like a very popular boutique, but it's like the size of this room, like it's not like you go browse for hours. It's like, what you see is what you get.
YouTube has definitely changed. I mean, when we first started, it's always about the passion, right? But I think passion also comes with, it's like a two-way street, because you want to share and you want to get the feedback, like that it's being appreciated. So over the years, I think also people, our viewers are more more exposed. There are more varieties. There's more information out there. So if we don't change, well, not to say we don't change, but if we don't vary it, because there is more variety out there, it's hard. It's just it's difficult. So you can choose a niche, like what you said earlier. Now you just do unboxings alone, and then that becomes your unique proposition. Like, I just shop. If you want to see anything else, go to somewhere else. And it can work, right? It can work no matter what. You can criticize how I want to shop all day, but I have a target market, because if a person comes to my channel, they know they're gonna get a decent unboxing. Because there's one YouTuber, she's also in forgot her name suddenly. She's an actress as well, Jamie something Xia. You know which one?
Yeah, it is Jamie Xia, I think, right?
So she just does massive unboxings. Like, when you look at her thumbnail, you click because you're I want to see what's in the 30 boxes behind me, because she's also in the fashion industry. But that's a niche. She's not going to review the bag. She's not going to say, oh my God, the zip so smooth, the zip's long enough. You're there to watch an unboxing. So I think it's changed in the sense that the niche has to be even stronger now. Otherwise, there's just too much variety out there that if you don't like zone into something, you just fall into the mess. And it's hard. It's just hard.
Yeah. So then I guess, yeah, my niche now is ready to wear. And specifically like I think like larger size ready to wear, like ready to wear that is not readily available. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
34, 36, 38 in the boutique. And even like a 42, would be like rare. So
Which is why I said, like, when I watch your channel, it's like I see other things compared to what
Mhm.
I see in others. And you have incorporated a lot of Chanel things that I don't see. So it could be a niche, right? It could be like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
when I go into your channel, I'll be like, I'm excited because there are things that I don't see in others. Like headbands that you just showed, that bag, which, honestly, I can tell you, I just Googled it while you were talking. I was like, what's this backpack? Oh, it's 6,400 Singapore dollars. Yeah, so I
Yeah,
think
the
that's
SLG.
exciting. That's an SLG. That's exciting. And unfortunately, I think that's the direction. No? You kind of sort of
Mhm.
like have to nail down, especially now, because not only YouTube is struggling, right? Because you've got TikTok to fight.
Oh, yeah.
So, right? So if you're a content creator now, yet last time it's just YouTube, long form content. But YouTube in a few years trying to push out YouTube shorts. But if you ask most people, the growth is in TikTok. And TikTok is a very short form kind of content. And it's, if you want messy, like all over the place content, you go to TikTok and I think everyone's there. But if you come to YouTube, you want to know that content creator, you just want to know, are they doing this, right? Are they, if it's tech, they're all computers, they're all cameras, you just kind of like coming here for information in one niche. You can't be all over the place anymore. Because if I want to be all over the place, I'll go TikTok. Quick, fast, consume quickly, have a bit of fun, and then yeah,
a bit of chaos. Yeah.
chaos, yeah. But you can't have chaos here because then the content creator, unless you have built a really solid base of subscribers where they are really interested about your life, then you're talking about people like Lydia. It's lifestyle, then different. Hot. It's changed a lot.
I'll just say I'll never understand TikTok. TikTok is just.
I know.
I'm so annoyed at TikTok. I don't understand how people consume TikTok for hours. I'm like, are you serious? You must be brain. Okay, I don't want to say it because it'll offend some people. But like literally, like how do you consume hours of TikTok? I don't understand that. It must be a generational thing. Like I just don't understand TikTok.
The thing with
Honestly.
TikTok is the more you watch, the better it gets.
Yeah, because it
Because
learns
it
what
learns
you like
how
to
like
watch,
long
right?
you're watching each
Yeah.
video, or if you like something. So
Yeah.
like it does have that addictive quality. For TikTok, I've dabbled. It's hard to stay focused on TikTok because it's all over the place. I think it was best for outfit videos, like really quick. Here's what I'm wearing today. Here's my outfit of the day. This is, I'm
Yeah.
getting dressed for whatever. What should I wear? Kind of thing. I like to watch those and I think they fit well there.
I think TikTok's good for unboxings though, because if you ask me, a lot of people don't really watch your unboxing videos anyway. They watch it, they're like, hi everybody, whoa, the guy's not watching
that's true.
because your analytics will tell you on YouTube if the 15-minute unboxing video is actually watched, because it's only maybe 2 minutes, because people just want to see it. So if that's the kind of direction, then shorts and TikTok will probably be your niche, because you just hi blah, 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 and people are like yes, like, because they just want to see it.
Yeah.
But if you want to do TikTok's for that. Makeup, I just want to see how that lipstick looks. Don't talk about the bullet. Don't talk about how long and what engraving it is. I don't care. I just want to see the color. Yeah, TikTok.
Yeah, there we go. Well, I should wrap this headband back up. Oh.
You look good with it.
Yeah, you look so good on it. But I do want to ask the audience if the audience watches TikTok a lot, because I'm just curious. I know I don't. I know my husband also. My husband understands it even less. Like he doesn't even understand why I wanted to start YouTube. So now he knows, but like he's even less understanding in terms of like he's just not into it at all, the social media stuff. But I'm just curious if the audience is into it, into
What
the
about your
TikTok.
kids? Your kids watch
Yeah,
it?
the kids I know. Yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
said that it should it must be a generational thing. But then I know some adults that are not really kids anymore. They're like, they were born in the 90s.
Mhm.
So they're like in their 30s right
Well,
now.
somebody born in 2000 is now 24 years old. So
Exactly. So are they really still kids? But they are into TikTok though.
Okay, wait, no. Maybe I should ask this. Maybe we add to that. What about YouTube Shorts? Because it's a form of TikTok, but it's
Mm.
not TikTok. Because TikTok's a totally different platform, right? You have to
Yeah.
download it. You got to deal with following people again, blah, blah, blah. But what about YouTube Shorts?
If a short
I
shows
like
up in
shorts.
my subscribed feed, I
Right.
will watch it.
Me too.
But I never open YouTube and the app and like go to shorts and like I'm like, oh, what's here? Like I never do that. I open
Right.
YouTube, I go normally straight to my subscribed and then see, who has videos. I add it to watch later and then yeah.
Yeah. Because okay, so most of the audience so far, let me just grab them. Miss Steffers, no TikTok. Julie, no. Ultra, no. EJ, I just signed up. The first experience was absolutely awful. So I turned it off.
Well,
No shorts as well. Okay. My daughter
Interesting.
isn't either. No YouTube shorts. Okay, so I'm not the only one. We're not the only one.
Yeah, it's hard. I don't get it. But
will
whatever.
you watch reels? Do you watch reels on Instagram?
I do. Like,
I
but I'm
do.
not there for like hours though. Like, I'll watch a couple
Yeah.
because it drew my attention.
Mm-hmm.
Like usually, like you said, I like watching outfit videos. So like I would see a lot of Tamara's, I guess because I click on hers a lot. So I would see her outfit, like she would be putting something together, and I would click on it, and I'll watch a couple, and then I'll click out. Like I'm not there hours or even 10 minutes for that matter. I'm not like watching and rewatching. If I miss something and I wanted to know the detail, I'll rewatch it another time. But that's 2 times of that same reel, which is probably 2 minutes in total. So I just like I would do that, but like I just don't understand because that's what they say, right? Like how TikTok is the most booming social media, and how younger audiences spend hours per day and they cannot get out of it. Like apparently it's such an addicting behavior, and I'm just like listening to this not understanding why, because I don't have that problem and I'm just trying to understand why, right? So
Yeah.
it's interesting.
I do doom scroll reels though. Late at night, I'm like, tick, and then you can't stop because it's like one after another, and obviously it depends on the reels that I've been liking or not. But I have to say, in the past maybe 6 months, I've found a lot of new like IG created content creators through doom scrolling reels. I'm like, ooh, interesting. And I mean, it's the same. Reels and TikTok is the same, but I'm not sure what's the difference between the reels and TikTok and YouTube Shorts. I don't know. But with reels, because maybe I'm on IG, and then maybe watching, say, Maddie, your reel, and then because somehow the action of scrolling up is so innate, right? You scroll up, then I'm watching some other reel, but I don't even know who it is. But then it could be interesting, maybe some doggy running around, like, ooh, how cute. And then it just goes, and the next thing I know, I'm 1 hour into it. I'm like, okay.
What?
It's so sad. Like the most I scroll reels is when I'm like looking for a sound to use to make my own reel.
Yeah.
Oh,
So like I'm
Or
like,
something like, or I'm in a doggy reel. I'm like, wow, another one, another one, another one, another one. You're like, oh my, it's time to sleep. It's 2 a.m.
yeah, because I want to get a sense for like, okay, what's the trending audio, what's the
I
trending
see.
format, some like kind of as a
But
way of
that's
getting
research.
ideas. Yeah.
That's research, though. I find that it's like a different kind of like you're doing research basically.
Yeah, I'm doing research, but
Mm.
sometimes it's more fruitful than others. Like I could be scrolling a
Mm.
long time and I'm like, that was a complete waste of time. None of those sound, it's like the same
Mm.
four sounds that I've already used or don't want to use or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. I think Reels is it's forced to reckon with
Mhm.
TikTok, because like even though I'm doom scrolling, right? Because if you're a content creator, you would there is a bit of your like mindset like, ooh, I like the way this creator has put their caption. So you sort of like, even though you're watching something, but there is a bit of that, wow, that's good, interesting. And you go and and then the rabbit hole, right?
Mhm.
So unlike TikTok, I'm not sure what is it about TikTok that maybe it's just, yeah, maybe it's still random. Like you say, maybe I need to watch more TikTok and then get it. But
Well,
I am too afraid. I'm too
yeah, I
afraid.
follow like Tamara and a bunch of fashion influencers on TikTok. So when I go to the people I follow, it's it's pretty good, right? Because you get everyone's
Mm.
outfit and then you get everyone's unboxing and then you get something about someone's boyfriend and you're like, okay, whatever next. Um, and you get like a new, Patrick Taw's like, oh, new blush. And it's like, oh yeah, I need that. Like, I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
But it's interesting. It just goes to show how, because they're also saying that this generation is getting more, or our generation, I don't know, is getting more distracted than ever.
Mm.
Totally.
You're like easily distracted.
Oh, interesting.
And also because even companies, right, are very aware that the traditional advertisement on TV is not as effective
Mm.
anymore. So anything you
Of
show on
course,
social
'cause
media is a lot
TV.
more. Yeah, it's a lot like whatever you see on social media, especially on other people, like people that seem normal, like you and me. If they're using it or if they're buying it, then it's a lot more impactful on
Mhm.
at the end of the day, like on the consumer's level. Okay. Let's come back to luxury. What luxury item would you buy today or go buy today if money was no object,
I'd go
Maddie?
get that 24 mini.
I was gonna ask. I'm gonna go out there and get Maddie's bag, the little backpack. I'm not gonna go for a Himalayan Birkin. Like that's too much work. Like I'll just go and get that first.
Yeah. You know what's really beautiful though? I'm not sure how I feel about, but the Birkin Touch, that's really beautiful. I'm
Mm.
not sure how I feel about it. Just
How come?
exotic.
Oh, because it's
Um, yeah, I don't know. There's just like something, some idea that I have that I haven't investigated or researched that it's like exotic is bad. Um, but I don't know what that is. I don't know where I got that idea, but I don't know. It might be from like my hippie mom. But
is it in California? I think because I know in California
maybe
everything is more.
maybe because they made Python illegal and
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Um yeah, so it could be like a California liberal thing. I'm not This is why I said I'm not sure where I got that idea, but I just have this idea that I'm like,
At the
oh,
back of
exotic
your
is
mind.
bad. But I don't know. I don't really know where it came from. Like nobody come for me. It's not a strongly held belief, but like it is one where I'm like, ooh, that touch is really cool looking. But then I'm like, Do I want that? It is
Sorry, guys.
really
Can I just
beautiful.
excuse myself for 1 minute? My dog's biting my laundry.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Poor girl.
What would you get? Money was no.
Oh, wow. That is a great question. I feel like I feel like because everyone's into like the luxury watches and I'm not into it. Like I'm just not into watches, but then I feel like I'm missing out for some reason. But I don't have the urge to go and get one. It's just that I just have this feeling that, oh, if money was no object, maybe I should get a watch too. Like that would be something.
Like
But
AP or like
you
what?
know what? I'm just a simple girl. I just want a Rolex with some diamonds on it. And if it's
Simple.
two-tone, that would be good. Because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, I am really not a watch connoisseur. Like I just don't
Mhm.
even get it in a way. Like I get it, but I don't get it. Like I get that. You know how like some s- like maybe you're a luxury lover, you love your Chanel's and LVs, but like you don't get Hermes. Like you don't get why people are into it and go through the journey. So that's how I feel about watches. Like
Mm.
I don't get it, but I know there's a reason why you're into it. So I'm not judging the people that are in it. It's just that I don't get it. But then I do wonder if money was no object. Maybe
Yeah.
that's what I'm missing.
Yeah, if you like
Or is it-
had an
Yeah.
extra whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, like sitting around, but if strictly speaking, if let's say I'm going with what my heart really wants, I know you just spoke about exotic, but like for me, a mini
Oh,
Kelly in an exotic crocodile, shiny,
it's so
a
pretty.
black one or a red one. Oh my God. I don't know why. Or even a gray. I saw some grays or whites online in a
No,
shiny
it's so pretty.
crocodile.
I saw it in real life. It was a dark gray ostrich
Oh
Kelly,
my gosh.
but with hot pink stitching. It was obviously special order.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
like a
yeah.
rose Mexico. It was so pretty and like similar. It's like it glowed.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was gorgeous. And I don't think the ostrich photographs well at all. But when you see it in real life, you're like, whoa.
Wow. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually think that a lot of Hermes leathers don't show well on videos and on photos. On
Mm.
photos especially, they don't show well.
Hmm.
Or when you see the real thing, like when your essay is like literally opening a bag offer and you're just like in awe of
Yeah.
how beautiful they are.
Hmm.
Or when I like, try on a friend's bag, it's just like there's just so much better in person.
Yeah,
Mm.
truly.
Yeah. So yeah, I think if I stay true to myself, it would be it would be a shiny cock mini Kelly. It's like, oh.
It's pretty good. I like the Birkin Touch. I think the Birkin Touch is really
Mm.
cool.
What color would you go for?
Maybe black, but like
Mm.
shiny. I think the
Mm.
contrast is really good. I also saw on Hermes Bonbon, they
Yeah,
had a mini Lindy Touch, and it
yeah,
was in like light green. I think Vert Fizz. It was
yeah,
really cool. Yeah, really
yeah.
cool.
How about you,
All of
Kat?
those.
Oh, I'd say like go and get that backpack.
Oh, right.
Okay, but
You
if I
really like that
say like
backpack.
seriously, what would I buy? Like if money was no object, what am I looking for? So, I actually don't know.
Oh,
I
you
don't
know what
know.
else? I'll go again. The 20 motif with diamonds. It's
Yes.
so good. It's so good. My essay had me try it on, and then I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is like."
Yeah, yeah, that's a good. I think I agree with you because I'm kind of okay. So I'm trying to be practical, but obviously money's no object, right? But if I was like kind of like saying, okay, I can walk out now and just buy something. I'm not sure if there's any bag that I want that I can feel like, oh my gosh, I need right now. But if truly money was no object, I think I'll go get the whole Cartier, something that I can wear with all the whole pave and all that. Maybe that, like maybe some fine jewelry would be something that I'll go for. I mean, I could say this
Mm.
usual like Himalayan Birkin, dream, but I don't know.
I
I don't
think
know if I
even
would
if I had
use.
all
I
the
don't know
money
if
in
I'd
the
use
world,
it. I don't know if I'd use it. That's the thing.
yeah, I think
I'll
even if
use my mini Kelly in crocodile if I had one.
I think you would.
yeah.
I'm not sure if I would.
I would use it.
Like,
No,
I'm
but
gonna
I
buy
I
it.
don't think I would
I'm gonna
ever
walk
use a
outside with
Himalayan,
it.
is what I'm saying. Like a
Yeah.
Himalayan's such a strong
Yeah,
look.
Yeah.
It's just it's just
it's
such a
much.
strong look, and I don't think. I mean, let's find out. Hopefully one day I'll find out if if I ever want.
I think jewelry
But
will work. I think jewelry will work. Like the full
mhm,
pave bracelet. It's super fancy, but still subtle enough.
mhm, mhm.
And I'm like, yeah, no problem. Buy right now. How much? I don't know how much is it. How much is it? Like 50 grand?
40,000,
Yeah. One, please.
or it was, and it was probably 40,000 5 years ago. I don't know.
Oh my
My
gosh! Speaking of jewelry, I just went to a Tiffany event not too long ago. But
Uh-huh.
obviously my essay, he's just really really nice. Like I've known him for so long now because I bought this bracelet with him.
Mhm.
And anyway, I was just invited to. I just posted the vlog yesterday, and I was not expecting like to try on anything. I was just gonna show up, have a cocktail, and just chat and
Yeah.
just try on my wish list, which is
Yeah.
the hardware, and be like on my way, right? But I tried on so many, like literally so many high jewelries, like jewelries that are in the millions of
Yeah.
dollars, and I was just like, now he's like making me think about all of those. Obviously, I'll never really have any occasions to wear them, and
Yeah.
obviously it's not in my budget to buy them at all either. But it's just like, speaking of jewelry, I have to agree. If money was no object, I'd be buying a lot more jewelry, a lot more fine jewelry for sure,
Mhm.
because they are practical. You don't
Yeah.
have to remove them when you shower, so
Yeah.
so practical.
Let's pull this.
Okay.
Okay, last question, right? So let's do this one.
Mhm.
Give some tips, advice to someone
Oh.
starting their luxury collection today.
The best advice I can give is buy what you love and don't listen to anybody else. Like, just buy what you love and don't listen to anybody else. And it doesn't matter what it is. If what you love is like the Damier Azur Alma with the Vachetta on the bottom, don't listen to anybody else when they're like, it's going to get
Yeah.
watermarks or whatever. Like, just get it.
Mm.
Build a collection that you really love, you're excited to use, and use it to death. That's that's the best advice I can give. I think there was a time where it was like not we all, but it's like, oh, the jumbo. Everybody needs a jumbo. Everybody needs a Neverfull. Everybody needs a Alma BB. Everybody needs what's the one with the coin purse? I never got that one. The multi-pochette or
Yeah,
whatever. Those things are so cyclical, and if you really love it, it will last forever for you. But if you don't really love it, it won't.
Agree.
Yeah.
Have you succumbed to other people's opinions or their beliefs on what you should or should not get?
Well, totally. I like early on, I bought what I'm trying to, and now I can't forget the name of the bag. It was a Louis Vuitton bag, and it had like a braided handle.
Oh,
And it was like really stiff.
yeah.
Is it a big bag? Is it a pretty big bag?
The artsy.
Artsy,
And it had, and like so many people have the artsy, and I was like, I don't know, like it's like seems really big, like whatever. But I bought it because everyone was like the artsy. And it was the first bag that I ended up selling because it didn't work for me. It just didn't work. and the strap was so stiff, and I had like I guess they had redesigned the strap, and so it was like a cork wrapped in leather. So if you use the bag for 15 years, it would like soften to your shoulder. But it like took 15 years to do that. And it was just like, it was triangle. It was so big. So your arm would stick out if you like actually tried to carry it like that. It was beautiful, but it did not work for me. It was, I was totally, and I totally succumbed to influence. And for a long time, I was like afraid to buy seasonal Chanel bags. Everyone was like, oh, it's just a seasonal bag. It won't last or whatever. But actually, like, the seasonal bags are just as good, if not better. I think like seasonal is like not a description of how long they look good for, or like how long they last. Like seasonal is just how long they're available.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Would you say that you've had to go through some of these mistakes? We can call them mistakes to get to know the true you of what you really want. Like when did you feel like you've gotten to the point where you're confident about what you actually loved, what you bought, what you love?
Yeah, style does evolve over time, and I think it's okay to not have an attachment to things for forever. Like not everything is for forever. Some things are for like a season or, a reason. And so like I don't harbor, like I don't maintain judgment against myself when I'm like, oh, I'm going to sell this, or oh, it didn't work, or I'm not wearing this. I like to try and keep the number of bags I have at a manageable level so I don't feel overwhelmed. And I like to always feel like I have room to add more because it's something I enjoy. But I definitely went through a style evolution. Like there was a point where I had mostly LV bags and I really liked them. And then as I started buying more Chanel bags, the LV bags like just sat on the shelf and got dusty. And so it was like, it's okay to let go of some of them, like, and without judgment. And the people that bought them were like ecstatic. They like loved them, like they were like so thrilled to have those bags. So I think it totally worked out in a like win-win situation. I don't really have judgment about it. I mean, like all the bags I have over my shoulder, are they all going to be forever and ever and ever? Like, I don't think so. Like a good number of them, like I feel good about, but yeah, I don't know if that like answered it. I'm much more fluid now, there's not like, oh, I'm buying this bag, it's going to last me
forever.
Yeah, forever. It's just like, oh no, I'm going to like I'm really excited to use it a bunch now. And then when I'm not excited to use it, I will get rid of it and I won't feel bad.
It's quite actually, I think it's quite complex because it's like we want it to last forever, but at the same time, we kind of know that it doesn't matter if it doesn't.
Yeah.
And then the conversation on resale price actually becomes important because then I want to buy what I love, but at the same time, I have to be, unfortunately, kind of practical because I like it for now, but I may not like it for future. So it's like it's a little debate that we've gotta almost make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like the resale, for example, on this Kelly, I bought the Kelly and I felt zero guilt because I was like, if I wanted to, I could make money. You know what I mean? Like not even like get my money back, but it's like I could make money. So it's like, I think the resale thing helps remove any guilt, even something like this, after using it, I probably won't get 100% of what I paid for it, but it will be enough where it's like I won't feel guilty. And I think
it's not about making the money, but it's sort of saying that it does retain something. It's not pure. It's not like
waste.
Nothing.
Somebody wants it, right?
Yeah.
Somebody wants it, and the resale value is the like exact value that they ascribe to wanting it. So it's like not wasteful, where there are some things where it's just like pure waste, like straight to landfill, like it doesn't. And that's like where I start to feel bad, like guilty feelings. Yeah.
Yeah. So in summary, I mean, totally agree. I always also say, buy what you love in the moment, but it will always change. So you don't have to, like, don't think about the future too much, right? Like, in a sense, enjoy what it is that you enjoy now. And if in a year's time or 5 years time you don't enjoy the item anymore, you don't have to feel so sorry about it. You can change your mind. And it's definitely something that I've learned the hard way. I think just because we are sharing and showing, and in a way, by sharing you influence others to get the same things, and so it's a little hard to hear when people see that you're changing your mind over time and then they don't like it. But it is what it is, right? It's sort of like you have your own pace at how you're evolving with your things. And at the end of the day, these are all material things. They're just objects. So really, they're not even going to come with you on the grave. So it really does not even matter.
Some of them might.
Well, yeah, if you ask your family member to make sure that you're with me when I go.
Never take it off my wrist. Yeah.
Just leave it
It's coming with me.
Then but
yeah, there are material things, it's like not life or death, just to enjoy it. And I think that's part of it. It's like, if you really love it, it won't matter what someone else says. It won't matter if it goes out of style. It won't matter if you change your mind, because you're like, it was for me at that time, and that's good enough. Yeah.
Love it.
Wow, we're already pretty much at our 2-hour mark. Maddie, are you tired?
Oh my gosh, yeah, this is way past my bedtime.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for giving us your time today and for coming on the show. Like, we learned some more about you. I mean, we already see you and watch your videos, but like, I think it's hard to get to know someone unless you're really like seeing them in a long form chit chat. Because this is impromptu. It's not pre-recorded. You can't edit anything out. But yeah, it was.
Actually, I don't edit. I do not.
Oh,
edit
right. You don't edit. You're so awesome.
Yeah, I can't. I'll be like,
I know. I do too many and then I have to walk away and do something and bring something. Like I have to edit.
Mine are like stream of consciousness, but like sometimes I'll be like, ending meaning. That's just so. For better or worse, I don't edit. I just
actually, if you don't edit, that's in itself is a skill, because I totally cannot. I mean, I will go live and then I can't edit, but I will cringe back at what I said every single time. I'm like, oh, I said too many and I can't stand it myself. I can't stand it, even though other people don't care. But yeah. But anyway, I wanted to thank you so much for coming on our live stream, and we would love to invite you back at some time. Maybe when you get
this is so fun.
Yes, maybe when you get your next bag, because I know you're after
the 24.
I'm like obsessed but yeah. As my Hermes journey progresses, I could definitely come back. We could chat about that.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me. This is like, it was just so much fun. It's so much fun to chat with you. And then it's like, it's crazy because I've been watching both of your videos for like so long, and I feel like I know you, but we've like never talked.
I know.
And so it's just, It's just fun to talk and laugh and go on tangents. And yeah, thank you so much I had the best time. So I appreciate it. But now I'm turning into a pumpkin. So
Yes, we will let you go. So everyone, please
Yeah.
follow Maddie. Her channel is already linked. And yes, have a good night and good weekend. And we'll
Okay.
see you next week.
All
Thank you,
right, thank
Maddie.
you. Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Maddie. We'll see you again.